Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty mid-tempo. The new course is available at Letsynthisize Academy.
Yo, the Larsen here. So today I want to teach you how to make ambient effects. Last week we made very cool pads. Click here if you want to check it, like this. If you want to grab this project, go to my Patreon, and also in the description you will find my academy if you want to dig deep into music production. But let's jump into it. Okay, so these are the sounds that we made last week or last time. So this was one pad and this is the other one. And now we need to fill up the space with very cool effects, especially for the intros and for the transitions. Let's start with the simplest one ever. So what I'm going to do is creating almost a sine kind of thing, but let's make it really chaotic, so very organic. And for that I want to choose an attack cake like the 16th one without oscillator. Let's make it a little higher in pitch. And let's choose a digital spectral trial by 3 or something. They're very far from each other, but with a filter I just want to make it block. So let's choose envelope 1. Let's drop it down by 1 octave. Yeah, so the 24 decibel roll-off rate filter is important to make it like really subby. And maybe drop it on the pen to make it like really interesting. Yeah, I think this is fine. Let's add some reverb to it and more importantly a delay. And maybe chop off the subby part of that. So it starts simple, but as we get further, we will add more effects, more sounds, and that will grab the listener's attention. Okay, so let's start with the birdie kind of sound. Let's make it a little higher in pitch. And let's choose a beat design. This one should be higher. And let's detune them. And filter them a little. But what is more important is the main envelope. So let's make it plug, but add a little hold time to it. Okay, so here is the tricky part. If you want to create exciting effects for ambient, you need to play a lot with pitch. So I'm going to use LE41 for that and just want to add a little ramp to it, like that. And let's go to the matrix, LE42. Let's go to the master, the global master tune. And let's go to the effects now, where basically the main part will be, like always, the reverb and the delay. We need really long delays to make it feel that you are inside, for example, a forest or something. But let's weed this sound a little further by using a comb filter, miscellaneous combs. And let's choose LE41 on it. Let's make it a little different. And maybe chopping off the very lows just a little. Yeah, so this is what we made. One octave lower it sounds a lot better, but we need to tweak. DQ2. And let's make a different sound here. I'm going to show you the most basic process or most basic technique to create interesting ambient sounds. So what we're going to do, we don't need oscillator A, but one sound from this library. So you can use whatever sound you want to fit in an old oscillator. So let's choose this one, for example. Okay, let's make it one shot and pitch tracking is on. Again, what I'm going to do is make a little crazy movement for this sound. So let's use edit for 1 and I'm going to apply a pitch envelope on it. So I'm going to speed this up. Okay, let's use this on the master pitch. So edit for 1 on global master tune and let's set it to 19 like previously. But let's make it faster so we could actually hear what the pitch envelope does to it. And that is all here. From this point, all we need to add is effect. So let's start with a little distortion, set a little more overtone. Then an OTT. Some equalizer because the very lows are a little too much. And maybe the highs are a little too much. And from here, the spacious effect. As always, lots of feedback and some filtering on the delays. Yeah, cool, so this is where we are now. But maybe tweak the envelope so we don't have this weird clicking at the beginning of the sound. Let's move these chords here and make a fade-in kind of chord to it, like here, by just a lower note, like this one, maybe one octave higher. Yeah, that's cool, and we need to add a little more stuff here, like let's resample this one and reverse it. Okay, so I chose the complex warping mode and cranked this up by 1 octave and added a little more volume to it. This is where the beat starts basically, but we need 2 more sounds here, like this one, and somewhere in the middle or something here. Okay, let's go back to this sound and I turn back the attack and chose a tap delay on the delay to make it like a really interesting feedback. That lasts really long. Okay, so here I want to go with a big design and let's choose a synchronization mode, like 1/2. This is going to be our goal here, but I want to make it a really long kind of thing. Okay, let's drop it to sync 1. And also on the chorus pitch. So let's make it minus. You can already hear how exciting sounds it generates, and especially with some delay and reverb. Especially with the multi-tap delay. And let's choose a noise on top of that because it is important to add interest. So let's choose the inharmonics 2, but using edit for 1, so with a different pitch, so they won't play along, but creating an additional layer on top of it. But this is obviously too much. And make it envelope mode. And make it even weirder, especially at the beginning, with my favorite one, ring modulation filter, using edit for 1 again. It's so cool, such interesting sound. And let's play along with the pitch of the noise a little. Okay, from this point, all we need to do is like adding a hyper dimension. The size is a lot better, so we have the delay, and maybe let's add an OTT before the airy stuff. Okay, cool, and maybe an equalizer chop of the lows. Okay, so this is what we made. Okay, we need a different effect here. And now you will see how important fast LFOs are. Digital battle blow, this one 3 octaves higher, and this one just 2 octaves higher. Okay, let's make a long release to it. Okay, let's make LFO1 a little weird shape, something like that. And let's make it quite fast. And just drop LFO1 on the 250 position. Cool, so this is it basically. Let's add the sub oscillator too. And the noise to make it more interesting. Bright white. But let's filter, let's EQ it a little, because there are too much unwanted frequencies here. Cool, maybe some hyperdimension, especially the size on the dimension, it can be interesting. Yeah, that's cool. Lots of reverb, lots of delay like always. And like, let's add another filter like from Miscellaneous. The German filter can create some very unique sound, I would say. Yeah, it's so cool how it distorts a little, but I forgot to add unison voices, and that is what will create the spacious sound for it. Okay, so the reverb is not enough here, so let's add a lot more to it, like this. And a lot longer too, but you know what is important and exciting? If you play around with the size. So let's use a different LFO on it, like really slow, and just add a slight amount to it, and that will create some interesting pitch only on the reverb. Yeah, that's very cool. Okay, and the only thing we need to do here is to make a transition between this part and this one. Take the first hit, this one, create a huge reverb from it and reverse it. Let's add a little more interest to this pad from the first one as a layer, because it has very nice tops, but I don't want to add the melody, but only the main chords. Okay, this can be interesting. This transition is a little too short, so I use complex mode and I stretched it a little, as you can see. So let's see now. But it is too abrupt, so let's drop an effect here. Like, which one? I think this can be cool. So one more time. And maybe this one before that. Okay, so I think this is the final result. Cool, so this was it. I hope you enjoyed it. Grab this project from my Patreon, below be tons of other very cool stuff. And also there is my academy if you want to dig deep into musical knowledge. Peace.